the family. I want more. I want freedom. I'm purpose driven for equality. You're gonna know my name. You're gonna know I am good. Reset me and my legacy. And I wish you would read my story. You're gonna know my name. So let me give you a grand introduction because I just feel like I have not done that yet. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the face behind the brand. I am your host, Monique Marie, and you are the incredible CEO of Shakur World.
Yes, ma'am.
Hip hop recording artist, poet, lyrical genius.
Yes, ma'am.
Songwriter, son of the king, Aaron Shakur.
Thank you.
Encore.
Thank you. Beautiful introduction.
What I thought of, King, when we said encore, I thought, remember that song?
Yeah.
Encore deserve an encore.
Class. I thought of,
You deserve an encore.
I thought of Jay-Z's Encore.
Yeah. Oh.
Encore, do you want more?
Yes. Yeah. Because you said that.
Yeah.
So how was your day today?
My day was dope, man. It was productive. Most importantly, I try to make every day a productive day. So it was a good day. I can't complain at all. How was yours?
My day was good. I'm in the land of the living.
Right.
I was excited to be back in your presence, of course, and talk about this amazing album that just dropped. And I mean, we're only 2 weeks into this thing. Trust the Process 2. We're talking about 7 tracks for us. Came into this amazing sound, and again, I'm still floored by it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm humble to you. Say it again.
I said I'm humbled by that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's like literally no skippers. I was saying, like, I have not seen this is just like, I can't say I haven't seen it, but it's just like I haven't. It's like, this is like when you say the entire album is produced by one producer.
Yes.
Audio Heroin Music. Shout out to Audio.
Yes,
and I think I shared that with you last time. He gets you. He definitely has meshed with your sound. How did you meet Audio?
I feel like Audio meshes well with my sound too. We building something special. We building something like, I feel like kind of what Nas and Hit Boy is building together with their chemistry. I feel like we building that same chemistry. I was introduced to Audio by a mutual friend. And once we connected, we kind of like hit it off. It was kind of like a organic thing. I'm big on energy too. Like I'm an energy guy. So if the energy ain't right, you know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, we probably not gonna work more than once. But his energy was right. You know what I mean? I could tell he was a genuine dude. He loved his craft. He had some hot shit. He worked fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And these are all things that I look for. Like I could tell that he had the same type of drive that I had, the same type of passion that I had for the music. So our bond is kind of organic, and we're just growing.
Absolutely. I thought about that from a hip hop standpoint, because I know I got one of your interviews that you did, and you went into a little bit of hip hop and what it means to you and the importance of hip hop to the culture. And then I started kind of like diving in of looking at like what's more of like, the brands, the people, the music. I even decided to, put on the Run DMC t-shirt tonight, just because this is like going back how far hip hop, has been going on. So take me back, because of course you're an 80s baby.
Yes.
Take me back to when you first fell in love with hip hop?
Mm, yeah, I'm definitely an '80s baby. Born in '85, Camden, New Jersey,
Yeah.
Cooper Hospital. Um, the '80s was, I feel like the '80s was more political rap. It was more like dance rap. People was still having fun with hip hop. Like I could vividly remember, videos, MTV, Yo MTV rap videos and shit like that, where people were still having fun with it, dancing and shit. So the '80s to me, like rappers like Big Daddy Kane, um, KRS-One,
Mhm.
Cool Mo D. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the rappers that was being played around me. Rakim, Slick Rick. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah.
Um, but then I'm a '90s baby too because I was raised in the '90s. So
Mhm.
once the '90s came, all that gangster shit came. You know what I'm saying? So I was sucked into that world. You know what I mean? The Easy E's, the motherfucking Ice Cubes. You know what I'm saying? The hard shit. Nas, Jay.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So hip hop to me though, it's a way of life. You know what I'm saying? Like I live, breathe, eat, sleep hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's definitely a way of life. It's not just music. You know what I'm saying? It's the way you dress, your fashion, your lingo, your slang. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? It's a melting pot of everything. Being an '80s baby, I feel like I feel like I embody that to the fullest. So I try to I try to put that in my music. I try to, what I'm saying, make sure that I'm keeping the culture alive through my music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So do you think it's important to study, other artists when we're talking about these amazing people, like these legends, some who are still with us, some who are not? And since we're talking about some of those who are not, rest in peace to young Dolph that we lost yesterday. His
Rest in peace,
funeral,
Young Dolph, man.
um,
Man,
unfortunate,
very
very
unfortunate.
unfortunate, ridiculous and disheartening.
Yeah, rest in peace to Mo 3, rest in peace to King Von, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey
So
Hussle.
many, so many lives being cut short, man.
Mhm.
It seemed like being a rapper is like one of the most dangerous professions nowadays. It's like as soon as you become a rapper and you know what I'm saying, get this money and get this attention,
Yeah,
next thing you know, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's a dangerous game we playing. So I just pray everybody stay safe, you know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes open, keep your head on the swivel at all times, and just try your best to put positive energy in the world, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
negative shit gonna come back on you one way or the other. So, you know what I mean? But God bless everybody, man. God bless Young Dolph. God
yeah.
bless his family.
It's something because I came across something yesterday. I'm from the Bay Area, and I was reading a post that another artist who is from the Bay, very respected, Jay Stalin, and he shared some real heart to heart, you know, convo yesterday, and I want to share it with you. It's there, but I think it's important to talk about it because you just said something that really made a lot of sense as far as this is a dangerous industry, and I don't think people really realize it. Um, Even me as a vocalist, you know what I'm saying? Talking about adversity, talking about haters and just different things. Even we're talking like the technicalities. It's like, is somebody doing this shit? Like,
Right. Right.
right? But this is what this post said, and it could have been another repost, but it was just so real.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm gonna share it with you. Is that okay?
Yes, man. Go ahead.
It says, when you're dealing with hood niggas, you gotta remember niggas is mentally and emotionally fucked up. That hate really be real, but it's not about you, it's about them. They
Mm,
think they mad at you for whatever reason, but really they just mad at themselves for not being able to be elevated out of their own situation. They're
mm.
not really mad that you made it. They really just mad they didn't. So that energy has to be channeled somewhere. So they're not gonna kill themselves, so they go kill other people.
I agree with that.
Mhm. It was
Yeah,
like
it's a real statement. That's a real statement, man.
old. It was right after last night. It was like trying to get us to understand because we are 70s and 80s.
Yeah, that's a real ass statement, man. We do a lot of killing of our own, you know what I'm saying, which is unfortunate. Um, it got a deep root. It's deeply rooted though. That's what I feel like. That's what people got to understand. Maybe that's a conversation for another interview, but
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like our trauma, our culture, and our trauma in the Black community is deeply rooted. And we got to get to the root of what the problem is. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Because it's easy to just point fingers and say, "Oh, black on black crime," and it's this that. But it had a beginning. It had an inception somewhere. And
somewhere.
we
Woo,
gotta figure out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Where that happened and why that happened and who orchestrated that to happen.
Hmm. Hmm. But I do think it is important because we got people that are following you, people that are following him. Like, there's a responsibility
Yeah,
that we all hold. It's fun. It's dope. It's amazing when you come across an artist like yourself, an artist like him, who I just mentioned, Stalin.
yeah,
So many artists who we were just talking about, Jay-Z even. But as
mm,
we all know, they still have you still hold this responsibility though to tell these other ones behind you,
right.
what the real is. And there's so many that just kind of want to get on. They want to get in and just get on.
Yeah,
They
that's a
don't
fact.
realize,
That's a fact. They don't. A lot of times people glorify the street shit and they don't give people the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I talk about street shit in my raps too, but I talk about the
making it
consequences of
out.
it too. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of this shit be entertainment too. Like sometimes, us as rappers, we do hold a level of responsibility, but at the same time, it's like we artists, so we expressing our form of art. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Whether it be a violent form or whether it be, a peaceful form. I
Yeah.
might not be feeling peaceful on a certain day when I record this song. You dig
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And I might want to express something, and music is subjective. So somebody might like it, somebody might not like it. But at the end of the day, I feel like rappers, yeah, we got a high level of influence over the youth, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like, we got to do our best to remain true to ourselves, but at the same time, entertain the people because what I'm saying, we are entertainers.
Yeah.
And the viewers and the supporters and the fans, they gotta be able to decipher, what's real and what's entertainment. You know what I mean? And what they should apply to their lives and what they should just simply consume as music and entertainment. You know what I mean? Like listening to a song shouldn't make you go out and do nothing that you
Right.
shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So
Crazy.
yeah,
Well, speaking of course, the streets and the life, um, Hustlers Relate comes to mind.
yeah,
Track number 6 off of the album,
yes.
featuring Yikes. Amazing. Talk about the process of Hustlers Relate.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Yikes, man, and
Yes.
my boy Yo Audio again on the beat. Audio
Audio.
Heaven
Oh
Music,
my God.
so fire. But that track actually came about. It was like a part two in my mind to a song that me and Yikes got together called Connects.
Mm,
That's on the first Trust the Process album, and
yes.
we got
Yes.
we got a song called Connects. Basically, some real, some hustler music, street music, motivation for the niggas that's getting to it. And
Mhm.
for this one, I went into it thinking like it's a sequel, so to speak. Like if that first song we did was a movie, this would be the sequel. And
Mm,
so we start the song off saying this feel like Connects Part Two.
yeah.
And it's just hustler music, man. Anybody that listen to it, just take from it what you take from it. We got some jewels that we dropping in there. Both of our verses we dropping jewels. You know what I'm saying? Just pick them up and take it for what it is, man.
Yeah.
Hustler Relate, Trust the Process too. That's one of my favorites on the album.
Well, sure. They're all my favorites, King. No, they're like all my favorites. Like I like, for one, of course, the GOAT intro is just classic, right?
Man, I
Amazing.
run that back. I run that back at least 2-3 times every
Yeah,
time.
like on repeat. It's crazy. So if you've been from California, the repeat and the location of it's me. I'm the one. For the win, okay.
That's
Brasco,
heavy.
I know Brasco. Amazing collaboration.
I
Okay.
know Brosco, man. That's one of my UFO members, man. Shout out to the whole
Yes,
215 UFO.
yes, yes.
Everybody log on to 215ufo.com and get in tune with the members. But yeah, he's an incredible talent as well, man. I love his voice. I love his passion that
Yeah,
he just come onto a track and his presence is felt. And
he's incredible.
I feel like him and myself, I feel like we mesh well on the track.
Yeah.
And I sent him a reference to that hook
Hmm.
during the NBA playoffs.
Oh,
That's what's crazy. And I just had that in my mind, like, man, we going for the win. Like we
going
really
for
gotta
the
go
win.
all in, blood, sweat, tears. We can't leave nothing on the floor. We gotta go in. We going for the win. And that
Yes.
was my mentality in creating the song. And now that the song is created, we gonna shoot a video, but it's gonna be real heavy sports related. So I can't wait to shoot that, man. I'm real excited about that.
Yeah, that's
And
gonna be dope.
everybody look out for that coming soon. Yeah, for the
So
win.
for the win. And you have two covers. So speaking of these amazing ball players, because you're talking about obviously what all these ball players have in common, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Starting with MJ. You got MJ on the second cover there. Um,
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yes. Shout out to my guy that did the artwork, RSVP Hobb, straight out of Camden, New Jersey, man. A young, talented. He's
Amazing.
an artist. He's an artist as well, but he does graphic design and things of that nature. So shout out to him. Gotta
Hmm.
make sure I pay respects to everybody that contributed to the project. You know what I mean?
So
So
going for the win,
yes,
Michael Jordan. I mean,
yes,
you mentioning some incredible, people in here.
yes,
Shout out, of course, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. Kyrie. I mean, you're mentioning some amazing athletes.
yes, ma'am.
And of course, who've all gone for the win. I mean, who've all won, they're still winning.
Right,
So
right.
what would you say when you relate this to, of course, music and hip hop and just life in general? I think it's an incredible analogy, how, of course,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did that.
Um, yeah. The for the win is definitely even though it's heavy sports related. Lyrically,
Yeah.
it can apply to any facet of your life.
Hmm.
You have to be you have to be determined. You got to be self disciplined. You got to have the will and the drive and the determination
Hmm.
to succeed. You know what I'm saying? That's something that everybody I mentioned in that song. That's one thing they all got in common. Like they all, you know, they put the work in to be where they are. And a lot of people feel like um they could just snap their fingers and had this overnight type of success. You can't skip the process, man. You can't skip the journey, and you gotta really put the work in. So I feel like for the win is the mentality that anybody that's really trying to accomplish their goals. I feel like this song is your soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? You should be playing this while you're working out. You know what I mean? You want to reach a weight goal. Play this song while you're in the gym. You know what I'm saying? You trying to reach certain goals at your job, sales goals, whatever the case. Play this song. This is one of them songs where it's like we going for the win at life. We're not just talking about a championship. But of
Right.
course, of course, if you're on a sports team, you know what I mean. You playing
Yeah.
football,
Going for the
basketball,
win.
whatever. Play this shit in the locker room. You know what I'm saying. Turn this shit up loud and really get excited, man, and get in your zone to go out there and conquer and
Yeah.
be victorious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It's about the victory.
Yeah. I love
Mhm.
that. I love that. Well, you've come a long way on this journey, King.
Yes, man.
Like you mentioned earlier, trust the process, the original. But I would like to talk about 2020 because we have endured all together. We were placed at home,
Mhm.
quarantine, um, race relations broke out, all kind of stuff happened. But still, in the middle of 2020, you managed to complete not one but three projects.
Yes, man. Yes,
Talk
man.
about it.
2020. It was a productive year for me. You know what I mean? I knew going into 2020, I had a goal in my mind that I wanted to do three projects.
Hmm.
So, I actually did complete my goal, which was dope. I feel like when people make visual, you got to see it up here first. But
Yes.
I'm a firm believer in writing it down too. So
Hmm.
I got a vision board. I got a dry erase board that I use to write down just my thoughts, certain goals of mine, certain ambitions, certain things that I want to accomplish, and I try my best to, mark those off. So 2020 was for me musically, it was an incredible year. Quarantine and all that shit, obviously, it slowed up a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was a blessing in disguise. It was a catch-22 situation. It made a
Mhm.
lot of people realize, family and shit is important. You know what I mean? You got a lot of people dying,
Yeah.
shit like that. So it made you really appreciate your loved ones a little more. For me personally, it made me focus with a lot of this shit being shut down. You know what I mean? I wasn't really doing as much. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, I just locked in. I'm like, look, I'm gonna be productive, and I just channeled it into my music and into like really taking the year over as an independent artist. I'm like, I'm gonna do this shit, man. Like, not like you said, not one, not two, but three projects.
Three
So
projects.
yeah, I just went hard, and yeah, the pandemic was part of that reason. I just was like, I ain't about to sit on my hands. I'm gonna go hard and make the best of this shit.
Well, well done.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
yeah, it's not easy to do. I would say that with, we have distractions, there's different stuff, and of course, the pandemic. So it's mind-boggling sometimes, what can distract you, but still,
Right,
with having mind over matter, if you
right,
will, you were able
right.
to do that. So
That's right.
well done. Shakur World. Talk to me about Shakur World, the
Shakur
brand.
World, that's the logo, that's the brand. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I got Shakur World on the chain.
Yes.
It's just, it's just my world, man. My world,
Yes.
my rules, it's my way of life, my thinking, my philosophies.
Mhm.
Shakur World, I want to bring people into my world. You know what I mean? I got the idea for the logo. I'm a heavy fan of Wu Tang. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? When
yeah.
they dropped that Wu Tang Forever album with the globe and all the members at the bottom, to me that shit was so fire. And
Mhm.
thinking of a logo, I'm like, I wanted to recreate that, but in my own way. So, what I mean, you see what you see
Yeah.
behind you. Some real dope, simple
Exactly.
graphic, but it's dope. You know what I mean? It stand out, and that's the logo. And it basically means, just like I said, that's my world, man. Like
Yeah.
you entering my world when you fucking with Shakur world, you dealing with me, you dealing with everything that embodies me, and I just want to bring people into my world and let them get to know me.
Yeah.
Um, I'm the king of my world. I'm the god of my world. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
feel like everybody got their own world. So what
Yes.
I'm saying, do your thing and be your own king, be your own queen, be your own god of your world, and run that shit the way you want to run it. And
Absolutely.
don't be afraid to remove motherfuckers from your world either, because everybody don't uh everybody don't deserve access to your world. So you got to make sure your world is. You got to cleanse your world from time to time.
Jesus Christ. Lord. Thank you kindly.
Yeah,
Because sometimes I be thinking like, is it mean to just like, like to stop like and say it's okay, but or is it more important to say I'm protecting myself? There is no beef. It's more about toxicity, right?
right,
And what's
right,
important, like you just said, to filter out. Because if I'm not growing, if it's not growing for me and that doesn't represent my future, I should
right.
say, both mentally and spiritually, I have to remove it
Yeah.
or you.
Gotta cut that weight, cut that dead weight.
That shit is serious. So speaking of that, like how do you, when it comes to like again this journey, talk to me about your mental and spiritual health.
My journey, yeah. I used to be I think just like the majority of, our community, the black community, we didn't grow up with the best, we come from a fucked up situation in this country where you know, we was forced to be given the scraps and things of that nature as far as our diet and shit like that.
Mhm.
Um so I came into a different level of consciousness, I would say around like 2015 maybe
Mhm.
2015, maybe 16. I just came into a different level of consciousness mentally, and I was running the street. I was going by a whole different rap name, everything.
Mm.
People in the street they call me Cass to this day,
Yeah,
because
that's
I was going by a different name back then. But I during my journey, long story short, I wanted to reinvent myself. Reading the Robert Greene book, 48 Laws of Power. He was speaking about reinvention and shit like that. and I took a liking to that particular part of the book, and I applied it. And so what I did was I changed my name, my rap name, to Aaron Shakur,
Or,
and
yeah.
Aaron being my first name. My
Mhm.
father's name is Aaron, and I was named after him, and Shakur being a name that I adopted for several reasons, but the main reason being just to kind of keep the name strong and keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? Free Mutulu Shakur, obviously RIP to Tupac, RIP to Afeni, and
Mm,
shout out to Asada Shakur as well.
that's a big
Um,
name.
yeah, yeah. So my journey has just been, it's been incredible. It's been something though, It's
Yeah,
definitely not done. I'm still on my journey, but
you sure
yeah,
are.
I came into that level of enlightenment around like 2016. I changed my diet, everything. I used to eat everything, drink everything. I kind of like
Oh,
I cut back. I don't really eat red meat. I don't
okay.
I don't eat the pork no more. I cut back on the sea. I don't really only eat salmon. I don't eat
Really?
Yeah, I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat crabs.
I was just about to
Uh,
ask you, do you eat like
no,
shrimp? Oh my God, King.
I tried.
All
I,
the
I
good
tried not to
stuff.
eat. I don't drink alcohol.
Oh
That
Lord
was that
Jesus.
was the, that was the well, look, pork, alcohol, and red meat was the three things I cut cold turkey, because I
Mm,
was indulging in all that shit heavy, but those was the three things I cut cold turkey. And
spiritual. It's spiritual.
yeah, it's to me it's been good for me. I can't tell
Yeah,
nobody else I can't tell nobody what to
right.
do for them, but for me it's been good for me.
Yeah.
I've noticed, my energy level's been up,
That's
my
what's
skin
up.
my skin looking good.
I was gonna say, cause you're glowing and shit. I mean,
Yeah, and it's just about taking care of your body, because look, you only get one body,
only
and
one.
you only get one motherfucking life. So
Oof.
for a nigga like me, I grew up with the preconceived notion that I wasn't even gonna live past a certain age. Like,
Mm.
I just already knew in my mind I was gonna be dead by a certain age. Like, I didn't plan for life
Yeah.
after, I would say, after 25. I didn't even see life after 25.
Yeah.
So you don't give a fuck about what you eat up until you that age. But once you get 25 and older, for me, it was just about, look, you know what I mean? What type of changes can I make to try to better myself, try to be an example, you know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's really what I'm trying to be out here. It's like, I ain't trying to preach to nobody. I ain't trying to tell motherfuckers what to do. I'm just trying to be an example. Look, you like
Yeah.
what I'm doing? You fuck with my campaign, you like what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You can do it too. You know what I mean? I do a sock drive. I've been doing a sock drive for the past 3 years. You
Yes.
like what I'm doing, you fuck with what I'm doing, you could do it too. Do it in your
Talk
city.
about this, the stock drive. You know,
Do
that's
it in your city,
crucial.
man. I just want to be the example.
Well, you are definitely an example. You're a humanitarian. Okay, is what we're talking about. And I love, of course, the give back, what you just mentioned. You're talking about the sock drive, the third annual sock drive.
Yeah,
Um,
year number 3.
okay, it's actually not, it's coming up actually on November 26th,
Yeah, next Friday.
Black Friday. Tell us about it.
Yeah, November 26th, man. If anybody that's in the tri-state, if y'all could make it out, I would definitely love to see y'all out there. If you live in Delaware, Philly, Jersey, you know what I'm saying? I would love to see, even New York, shit. If you want to come down, come drive down. It's gonna be at the Miracle Center Church on Broadway.
Mhm.
The address is on the flyer. Y'all can go check it on my Instagram page. It's right there too, right? You know what I'm saying? Right behind the
Mhm.
beautiful queen. But what we doing is it's the give back, man, and it's for the people by the people. And
Yeah.
this is year number 3. I started it off. It was just an idea. I was reading an article and they was saying that every single year socks is the least donated item, and
Mm.
every homeless shelter pretty much across the country, socks is always the least donated item. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? And socks, if you buying a whole lot of socks, they could become expensive. But for the most part, socks ain't really that much expensive like that. You feel me? So I'm like, look, what could I do? You know what I mean? Let me do something for my city,
Yeah.
from the heart, from the muscle. I'm not working with no organizations, no churches, nothing like that. It's really literally just me
Beautiful.
reaching out and networking with people that I know, and using my platform to try to access donations. People have been sending me socks, new unused socks, and people also been sending me cash donations via Cash App. So
Yeah.
If you want to donate to the cause, it's still not too late. We got about another week. Um, Sock drive is or Black Friday, 3 o'clock p.m. Black Friday. But y'all can send cash apps if you want. $ Tees by Shakur. $Tees by Shakur. And send a cash app donation. Nothing is too big or too small. And if you want to send socks, you know what I mean, you could do that. You can send socks. Just please DM me and I'll send you a delivery address. You can mail some socks to me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, November 26th is going down. It's the third year. And
26.
yeah, last year was so special. Last year was so special. I spoke to a dude that was a veteran. He had served, you know what I'm saying? Served, and he was on the street, and he ain't had socks on his feet in like a week. Just wearing his sneaks, you know what I'm saying? It's cold as hell outside. So stories like that, I'm like, damn, this guy served his country. He over here down bad, no socks in the cold, and he was just telling me like, shit, if it wasn't for people like y'all, because I'm not the only good person, you know what I mean? There's other good people from my city.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Even though my city get a bad rap, but it's good people in the city. And he was like, if it wasn't for people like y'all, um, we wouldn't have a lot of shit out here. You know what I mean? People be pulling up, giving out food platters and waters and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? Just trying to do our part. But yeah, man, this year number 3, so I'm hoping everybody could donate. And if you can't donate, try to make it out. At least offer your services. You could help pass the socks out. You could be out there just in support. You know what I'm saying? It's something positive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you, of course, again, it's like you mentioned earlier. I mean, we could probably do like 10, 15 interviews and still not cover, I should say, everything just about your artistry.
Yeah.
What I've discovered just listening to you is that you are wise. You are a wordsmith. You are a poet. You are spiritual. You are visionary.
Wow.
Yeah, a king.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, those are big important things. And so I like wordplay, as you remember. So
Yes.
I picked some words for you. So it might be sometimes I pick 2 words together, but I want to know what comes to mind when I mention the words that I picked for you today.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. Character.
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 Character, the first thing that comes to mind is integrity. I feel like a person's character tells me everything. I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character too. Like I got a pretty good radar for I got a pretty good radar for motherfuckers that's not of good character. So, sometimes people can mask it real good though.
Yeah.
Sometimes people could really fool you for a little bit, but
Talking king.
yeah, character is something that, you either have it or you don't. You know what I mean? I don't think that's something that could be taught later on in life. That's my personal opinion. They people could change. I understand that, but I feel like character is so deep rooted. It's like you gotta have that from. You know what I mean? Like people's character get tested in grade school and shit like that, and you become who you are, and it's like you are who you are at a certain point, man. But character is everything, man. I would say integrity though, because
I like that.
Yeah, integrity is something that I stand by. Stand on.
Big on it. How are you? How are you when I'm not there? You know.
Right. Jay-Z got a line where he say, "You see a person the best when you're not looking at them."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And that's, to me, that was so crazy. I'm like, damn, how can you see somebody if you're not looking at them? But what he was saying was how they act when you're not around, when you're not in their presence, tells you everything. So yeah.
Well, you said it, character can't be taught, and it can't be bought either.
Right.
There's a lot of people who go out and try to even take training classes and send you on the Eagle training or whatever the hell it is. But
Right.
but yeah, because I say it all the time, I'm very sensitive also. I'm very sensitive to bullshit. And sometimes it scares me even because it's like, am I speculative? Am I just not trusting? But no, it's just I'm sensitive to bullshit. Like I can tell when I'm being bullshitted. Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a word. That's a word where I'm from. Shit, bullshit.
Like, are you
No,
bullshitting?
that's intuition. That's that's something that's God given to
Discernment.
discernment. Yeah,
Hmm.
some people have it stronger than others though,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's definitely a God given gift. I would tell everybody to trust their gut, trust their intuition,
Hmm.
and try to read situations and read people before you jump into anything. Like, what I mean, don't be fooled by the facade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contracts and everything else. So the next one is, of course, a word that's familiar to you. We've used it not once, but twice, of course.
Okay.
Process.
Process. Yeah, I would
Process.
say the first word that comes to mind is journey.
Ooh.
So yeah, we spoke about the journey, and I'm big on that because I feel like everybody has their own unique journey. Everybody has their own unique path that they taken in life,
Mhm.
and to me, it's just so important to trust the process because a lot of people give up too soon. They pursuing certain things in life. They have certain goals, but it might be taking them a little longer than they wanted to take. It might be a little more. It might be a little harder than they thought it was going to be, and so they give up. But I'm a big advocate on trusting the process and seeing things through. So it's really just about enjoying the journey and not skipping the late nights, the blood, the sweat, the tears. You know what I'm saying? The criticism, the doubt, everything that you get when you trying to be great. You know what I mean? Just trust the process, and it's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel, man. Like it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yes.
R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, man. He had that marathon logo and that marathon clothing and all that.
Yeah.
And I feel like what I'm doing with Trust the Process is kind of the same thing. It's like, I got the merch too. Y'all see the process shirt.
Yes.
Y'all could go to
Teased by Shakur.
at Tees by Shakur and inquire about some merch. We about to have the hoodies drop. We should have been dropped. They probably be dropping in the next week or two.
Okay, I'm gonna need me a hoodie.
Yeah,
Like two
y'all
hoodies.
hoodies. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the process. That's my whole campaign.
Hmm. I love that. I love that. And last but not least, consistency.
Consistency, I would say. I would say work ethic.
Mm,
Work ethic. It corresponds with consistency for me. You got a lot of people that's super super talented, but
mm,
they don't have the consistency to really be who they're supposed to be.
mm.
But then you have other people that may not be as talented, but they really got consistency, and they further ahead than maybe they should be.
Yeah.
In the eyes of the overall public opinion and shit like that. But I feel like consistency is key for success. And that could be for the music, that could be for sports, that could be for any facet of life. I feel like you got to be consistent. You got to work. You got to work towards what you're trying to do, and it can't be like I'm gonna do it Monday and then I'm not gonna do it for 2 months
Mm-mm.
and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's working out, just like working out. You can't. How you expect to reach your fitness goals if you only work out once a month?
Yeah.
That's impossible. You know what I'm saying? So it's consistency relates all facets of life. If you're working towards something, you got to be consistent and you gotta be driven. You know what I mean? You gotta have that work ethic. You know what I'm saying? That work ethic is crucial. We talked about me dropping 3 albums last year. That's work ethic. That's
Yeah.
consistency to me. You know what I mean? So I feel like people be hating on me and shit, but one thing you can't say is that I don't be working. You know what I mean?
Because you be
Um,
working.
I be working, man. I be working, and I ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said earlier, I'm trying to be an example. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to sit up here and be preaching to motherfuckers, man. Like I'm doing this shit from the muscle, independent, no cosign. I ain't got no manager. I ain't got no publicist. I ain't got none of that. You know what I mean? Like this is all from the muscle. What y'all see is what y'all get, and you know, it's more levels that I'm gonna be attaining. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? As I go throughout my journey, but everything y'all seen thus far has been all me. You know what I mean? I executive produce everything, even the visuals, man. Shout out to my boy Sai.
Visual, you see, I'm
Sai.
watching this here.
Yeah, that's the intro to They
Hated
Even
on
Hate on
Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah.
They even
Um,
hated on Jesus.
man. Um,
Whew.
I even be executive producing the music videos and shit. So I'm real hands on with my brand. I'm real hands on with my product. Um, and you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
That's what it is, man. Shakur world.
Shakur world. Shakur world.
Shakur world.
Do you listen to the radio, King?
Rarely, very rarely, very rarely. Normally when I get in the car, I normally plug right into the Bluetooth. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I do catch the radio, you know what I mean? Sometimes. My problem with the radio is they play the same shit all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
know what that is. I mean,
That's an age old, you know, complaint. You know, that's the payola. You know,
I
people.
was gonna say it. I'm glad you said it. Payola. Here it is.
That's the only problem I got with radio. I feel like if radio was really radio, more people would listen, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
But you know, the internet, we living in this internet age too now. So it's like YouTube and you know, all these different streaming platforms, and you know, there's so many ways for motherfuckers to consume music. I feel like radio is I don't want to say it's dying out because it's still needed, but it's not as important as it was
Yeah.
when I was growing up. You know, shit. If you had a song on the radio when I was growing up, that shit really meant something.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now I know people personally that had songs on the radio, and them niggas can't even buy a sandwich.
Oh, not a sandwich.
Them niggas can't even get a goddamn McChicken. You hear me?
You know what?
But they got songs on the radio, probably due to relationships and shit like that. But
Ooh,
my
you know,
point
yeah.
being is that you know it don't mean as much as it did before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Wow.
shout out to the radio though. Shit,
That's crazy.
I don't really make radio music. I wouldn't say, but I would love you know for one of my shits to break through on the radio. But
Oh, well, listen,
I
it's
create the art
already
just for the
done.
art. Yeah.
It's already
For the
done. I
win.
mean,
I can hear For the Win on the radio though.
I was just about to say, let me play for the win, okay? Because I was just about to say, don't play with me, King. You know, I play like for the win early in the morning, okay? Just so you know,
That's that motivation right
I
there.
got to start off early for the win. I'm like, you know, I got to be up like 3:30, 4 o'clock before the devil, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Praying, okay? So this is for the win.
Going for the win.
You hear it, okay?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Let me see if it comes up.
Like MJ, I'm
Might
going
be
for the
double.
win. Like KD, I'm going for the win. Like Kyrie, I'm going for the win. R.I.P. Kobe, I'm going for the win. Mark Shaw, I'm going for the win. Like Tom Brady, I'm going for the win. Like AP, I'm going for the win.
You hear it, King?
For the win, like I'm Jordan. Fucking call me, I know I'm scoring. Hit him with the hezzy, step back, put the like Chef Gordon. Balls hit harder than Jordan Foreman. Kobe in the clutch, call me if you want the job done. Call him audible like they man in the shotgun. Going for the win, I'm a killer and you not one. My homie couldn't get a bank loan, so he robbed one. Rings like a Brady, East see them street crazy. Going home like I'm paying in the 80s. Tony Dorsett, never catch me slipping up, even the course that going for the win.
Going for the win.
Wonder how it's been so long, I ain't on that. Nigga, I'm the one like G-Man. The flow so long, niggas don't mean relax. Give me the ball, relax. Let's go. Like MJ,
I'm going for the win.
like KD, I'm going for the win. Like Kyrie, I'm going for the win. R.I.P. Kobe, I'm going for the win. Like Mark Shaw, I'm going for the win. Like Tom Brady, I'm going for the win.
For the win.
Like AP, I'm going for the win. Like Damian, I'm going for the win. 1, 2, mic check that. Flows like penny on
That's
the base of on the fly route, Vegas strip money make walk in the school. These gon' try out. ML ISO, fucking time out, straight to it, pop with it style. We gon' play through it. These niggas thought I only need
Music.
reporting live from the back block. You already know I get the last shot. But if they send a double, I'ma kick it out to Shakur. I'm cool getting the system. I got drafted to the streets at 19. Max contract with the right team. Dark gun with a light beam. That 40 sounded like Mike Green. Like Steph Curry, I'm going for the win. Like Mike Gretzky, I'm going for the win. Like King James, I'm going for the win. Usain Bolt, I'm going for the win. Like Big Pop, I'm going for the win. Like Prime Time, I'm going for the win. Like Simone Biles, she going for the win. Like AI, I'm going for the win. Shakur World.
Shakur World. I know Brasco.
Going for the win.
For the win.
Going for the
For
win.
the win.
For the win.
Going for the win.
For the win. I love that song. King.
Yeah, that's that motivation right there, baby.
Well done.
I need everybody to go stream that shit, go stream it, go run it up, play that shit while you working out, play that shit while you cooking, play that shit 24/7. You hear me?
24/7. This song is incredible. So, you've had the opportunity to, I mean, like I said, work with, that was featuring, I know Brasco, again, shout out to Brasco, amazing collaboration. You got Radio Shaheem also on the album.
Yes.
Of course, and as we mentioned, of course, earlier, Yikes produced, the entire album is produced by Audio,
Yes.
Heroin Music. Amazing,
Got
amazing,
my boy Killer Kai on there.
amazing, amazing, amazing. Yeah, Killer Kai. Let's not forget Killer Kai off of Keep It Tall, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, amazing.
I kept a home team with this one. I didn't reach out to, I really didn't reach outside the camp for features on this album. So I really kept it in house. So everybody that y'all see that's featured on the album, they all part of the 215 UFO. You know what I'm saying? 215UFO.com, man. Log on. Shout out to the gang.
Well, I'm proud of you, King.
I appreciate it.
I'm very proud of you.
Yeah. Just doing my thing, man. I'm just, you know what I mean, out here trying to leave my mark, leave my stamp. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't none of us promised tomorrow. So I'm just trying to put the work in.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Leave my mark on this beautiful thing we call Earth, man. You know what I mean?
In life.
Life. Yeah.
Shout out to Spoda.
My brother. That's my brother, man.
That's your brother.
Yeah, really hard, man.
I interviewed Spoda last year. I met Spoda through Stars Coleman. I met Stars Coleman through Akil Ali L, who was just in the video you saw last week with Freedom. But Spoda, of course, if I hadn't interviewed him, I would have never, of course, connected with you, you know, watching his interview. So I definitely respect, you know, him wholeheartedly. Another amazing artist, your brother. You were also featured on his album.
You just dropped something. Yep.
Yeah. So talk about just you know, kind of what's next, because you are collaborating, you're dropping something else coming soon. I know you got visuals coming soon. What can you tell us without telling us, if that makes sense?
Y'all can definitely expect a lot of visuals, and y'all can expect just more Shakur World. You know what I mean? I don't plan on stopping, you know what I mean? I plan on keep dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going OD and give y'all too much to where y'all sick of me, but I'm gonna try to stay and remain consistent, as the Queen said earlier. You know, just continue to put out hot shit. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I said, I haven't reached the level that I'm meant to reach yet. You know what I mean? I still got a lot of growing to do as an artist. I still got a path ahead of me in this journey, but you know, I'm putting one foot in front of the other, and I'm definitely working. So that's one thing y'all could bet on. Y'all could look out for the 215 UFO compilation album. We actually working on that right now. So, you know, we pushing for December, but it might be top of the year. And I'm working on another album titled Shakur World with Whit Beats, dope producer. So I'm gonna lock in with him, and we gonna get some work done. But yeah, just look out for more shit, man. I'm looking for, you know, independent film roles. If y'all got the independent films in the tri-state, make sure y'all holler at me. You know what I mean? Get me in them films, man. Yeah. Y'all need drops. If y'all need interviews, if y'all need features, you know what I'm saying?
You already know I need interviews. Okay.
Holler at me. Get at me on the Gmail. Aaron Shakur Music at gmail.com. If you're a producer and if you got beats, if you want to send me beats, You know what I'm saying? Please take a listen to my sound before y'all send me beats. Save
Oh,
yourself some time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't, yeah, for real. People be sending all type crazy shit, man. Listen to my sound, see what I'm about, and then send me some beats if you're interested, and we could do some work. Aaron Shakur music at gmail.com.
You're so
I
funny,
mean,
King.
I be getting
I
some
like to
wild
hear,
shit.
I can hear your voice. Like, this is not commercial rap.
Yeah, I don't fuck with this shit. What you? Yeah, why you send that to my Gmail? Send that to his Gmail.
Funny. Well, in closing, I want to say thank you so much. Again, I'm very humbled again to have this opportunity, to have this encore. Okay.
Encore,
Um,
encore.
yeah, and to be able to just again pick your brain and still find out more about you in your world, Shakur world, because yeah, your
Mm,
sound is amazing.
thank
I'm definitely, I don't like to say fan because fan, the word fan stands for fanatic,
you.
but I
Yeah,
am
support.
definitely a supporter and I'm
You're a
behind you.
supporter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. I love your sound.
thank you.
Um,
Thank
I,
you.
I like dopeness, and I like a shit talker, but I like also a goat talker.
Right. Goat
Uh,
talk. Right,
Thank you kindly.
right, right.
So I just want to, like I said, leave you with that and let everybody know. Of course, you just mentioned your website where they can find Teas by Shakur. We know the stock drive is coming up in 26. Beside IG, give us your Twitter, if you're on Facebook, TikTok, any of those handles.
You can reach me on Twitter. It's the same handle as Instagram. It's at Aaron Shakur 856. Um, you can reach out to me on Snapchat, RIP Mish.
Mhm.
Mish spelled Maesh. I'm not on TikTok yet. I'm thinking about doing a TikTok. Everybody telling me to get on TikTok, so I might
Yeah,
I might I might start one up, but I'm not on there yet. I don't really be on Facebook,
yeah,
but yeah, Instagram is the best way to find me, man.
absolutely.
I try to answer as many DMs as I can.
Mhm.
Aaron Shakur 856. Make sure y'all follow my label page, Shakur World 1985. Stay updated with me. I post a lot of updates on that page as well. Stay connected. I'm trying to do a lot of touring and a lot of live shows 2022. So if y'all promoters, what I mean, holla at me if you got the venues. Get with me, Aaron Shakur 856 on Twitter and on Instagram, or you can email me, Aaron Shakur music at gmail.com.
Mhm.
And I hope everybody have a blessed one, man. It was a dope encore. I appreciate you, Queen. Once again, it's always a pleasure. We might as well do this shit. We might as well make this a yearly
Right.
a yearly
A
yearly show.
bi-year. What do you call it? Bi-yearly?
Yeah, yeah. We gonna have to link back up in 2022 because I'm planning on dropping. I don't plan on stopping. I'm gonna keep dropping. So yeah, I'm gonna
Lord.
have shit to talk about.
Well, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. I'm here. So I'm gonna take them out with Goat Talk, of course, because you have just been listening and watching, of course, the Goat. Aaron Shakur, greatest of
Yes,
all
yes,
time. For the
yes,
win. Trust
yes,
the Process 2 is out now, available on
yes,
all platforms,
yes.
produced by Audio Heroin
Audio
Music.
heroin music. Shout out to my
Um,
boy. You know what I mean?
Incredible, absolutely incredible. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna take them out with again, Goat Talk.
Thank you.
Shakur World.
You are you audio listener.
Let it breathe.
Incredible. Thank you so much.
Go talk. Go talk. Your audio, fuck that shit. Let's go. This the second time around we came to shake the ground. Lyrics provided by Shakur. Audio make the sound. Like Jordan on his second ring. I got that feeling now. Whoever thought they was the king, I came to take the business meetings on the water. Yeah, that's go talk. Move them G's like Alicia. Yeah, that's go talk.
King, I appreciate you so much. This will be
Thank you.
available on the Face Behind the Brand YouTube channel shortly, of course. Of course, if you're seeing it, it's already there. And I am going to say goodnight to all of you and appreciate you guys. Your feedback, of course, your comments, your likes, your shares, everything, of course, we appreciate you so much for giving, of course, your feedback and your time and your attention to this amazing interview. Have a good night.
It's like a kilo. I make the city look good. Y'all should thank me. Instead, jealous niggas hating cause they. She said, hey, you good, what you still back for? Hit a U-turn. Mom dropping you back off. I'm an artist to the death. Tell a friend, bitch. I won't change for no paper, but I'm thankful. Tell these niggas stop complaining. Put the skirt down, bitch, get it grip. I put in years, blood, sweat, tears to get it chip. Down, MVP, nigga, check the stat book. Mac on me, fold 'em like a MacBook. Business meetings on the water, yeah, that's book talk.
Have a good night, King.